ridiculous.
And then it leads on.
No,
That's yours.
for ours.
That's your stormwater and water meeting.
What did I tell you?
Yep. That's for that bond for that.
He was gonna do his thing, I go to give it to Steve.
Nope, there's something about the
Thank you.
Right, once he agrees to it.
Yeah. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next on the agenda, roll call please.
Commissioner Dixon. Commissioner Weeding.
Here.
Commissioner Walsh.
Here.
Commissioner Michael. Mayor Lyons.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you for joining us today. First thing on the agenda, as I'm gonna jump ahead of things, is before public comment, we have a new officer we're gonna swear in tonight. He's got, how many years with Joliet PD? He retired a couple years ago.
Yes, sir, 26 years at Joliet Police Department, I retired 2 years working in Plainfield School District.
Okay, so we're gonna swear him in tonight. He's gonna be our Custer School, High School Resource Officer. So we'll do that now here. I'm gonna keep it short. Okay, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Stoyer,
Having been appointed to the position of police officer
having been appointed to the position of police officer
in the city of Braidwood, county of Will, in the state of Illinois,
in the city of Braidwood, county of Will, and state of Illinois,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the ordinances of the city of Braidwood.
and the ordinance of the city of Braidwood.
I will faithfully discharge the duties
I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a police officer for the city of Braidwood, Illinois,
of the police officer for the city of Braidwood, Illinois,
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
All right, congratulations, welcome to Braidwood. And there you go, sir. There's your plan. Hold on, Josh, let me get out my readers. All right.
Thank you, sir. I
Congratulations.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, you guys have to stay here, you guys can go and take pictures now. I'm going to torture you.
What a great crew.
Nice, hey. Well, that's exciting. He's got himself like to follow little Vern, retired from high school.
No fighting children.
I don't know how long Vern was there, but he did a great job.
Yeah. We've been there quite a while.
Yeah, he did a great job. Okay, next up on the agenda is we have public comment. Anybody up for public comment? Okay. Next on the agenda is approval of minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the last regular scheduled meeting on Tuesday, July 14th.
I will make that motion to approve the minutes, regular council meeting on Tuesday, July 14th, 26.
Second.
Commissioner Weeding.
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh.
Yes.
Mayor Lyons.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next is we have report by city officials. On the first thing I need to request a motion to approve ordinance 2645 prohibiting the sale and distribution of certain intoxicating substance within the city of Braidwood. We talked about this at the last meeting. This was at our community as a whole. I don't think there's any need to further discussion, so I need a motion for that ordinance.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. I think it's a great thing we're doing here.
Yeah, I do too. It's a good thing.
Commissioner Walsh.
Yes.
Commissioner Weeding.
Yes.
Mayor Lyons.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Couple things, just, Heritage Corridor destination. Because we participated in the Route 66 festivals, today they dropped off a flag. So we have to decide where we want to hang that flag at, and they also left us a nice sign. So we'll probably put that at the Route 66 park, down there by the zoo. So we'll figure out where place we want to have that on.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Found out about it.
Yeah, actually they dropped it off today. Okay, again, I want to bring up Summerfest again. Josh Pilato, Mr. Braidwood, and all the volunteers. Obviously, you guys do a great job.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all the volunteers who just made that possible. I know there's a lot of things that go on behind closed doors that the people don't see. We stop by during the day, we see all the work being done, and just thank you. It's a nice festival for Braidwood, and it's very well participated in. So, thank you again. Also, too, is the sidewalk repair replacement program. We were replacing trying to replace unsafe sidewalks. Hopefully, we can get this done annually. I think the first section was by Eureka Street. We had a complaint that was number 1 on our list for unsafe sidewalks, so that was done first. So, working on that. That was done by union labor. Okay, the next one we're gonna talk about is, Steve started this, it's gonna be called, you and Sarah are working on this together, I'm assuming, right? The City of Braidwood Good Neighbor Fund. The City of Braidwood is in an effort to assist residents who may be experiencing financial hardship or less fortunate. We're gonna try to establish a Good Neighbor Fund. The purpose of the Good Neighbor Fund is to provide limited financial assistance to eligible City of Braidwood residents who are experiencing financial difficulties and require assistance with certain essential property-related expenses. The Good Neighbor Fund is intended to strengthen the Braidwood community by providing a helping hand to residents facing temporary financial hardship while encouraging local businesses, residents, and organizations and community members to work together to support their neighbors in need. On the funding sources, the City of Braidwood will solicit volunteer donations from local businesses, organizations, residents, and other community members who wish to contribute to the Good Neighbor Fund. Again, thank you for Steve for starting to work on this. That was a great idea, whoever came up with this. I think it's a great idea. I want to get out of that's about it for my report. Okay, city management consultant, you're up next.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I have no motions or any ordinances. Just a quick point out a few things in my report. Number one is obviously a big thank you to Josh as well, and to Scotty and Rob and George and Sarah and Liz and Warren and Dale and the mayor for everyone that worked hard on the Summerfest, the parade, the passion. I mentioned this at staff meeting last week, that the passion and the commitment that these employees have and the council has to Braidwood citizens is just unbelievable. And, volunteering their time. Sarah's working on the float with Liz, and George is pulling the float, and, all these things that these employees and volunteers that they do for the citizens of Braidwood. Braidwood is very, very lucky to have these individuals working for them. Their passion, their commitment, their loyalty, it's just phenomenal. So a great thank you to all these individuals for doing all that hard work. Water main project. The project is in the final design phase. Sean and I have talked about it. We're hoping to be out to bid in September.
Correct.
And actually, we talked to a contractor today. Let them know that the bids will be out there. Len Cox and Sons, and deconstruction and all the top guys. They will be bidding on this project, and we're hopefully to have this going soon rather than later. Town Center, we held our weekly meeting last Thursday. The final design is complete, and we're now in the construction document phase. We're hopeful again to have this bid out in September and groundbreaking sometime in October. We are in the process, and I'm certainly for Dale and for Warren and Liz and Moose, we'll be picking out the pavilion style, park bench styles, garbage can styles. So I'd love to have your input. We'll send it out to everyone. the performance stage style, architectural style. We have a range of choices, and so we'd like to have everybody take a look at that, get your thoughts. Mechanic shop on Division, as you can see, there was a lot of engineering issues when they first poured the concrete due to Robinson's expertise, so we told them that this is not going to work. They're putting a culvert in, and they're doing it properly. And so that work has begun, and there's some movement on that project. The towns of Braidwood, through the last year, we've requested the developer put the final lift of asphalt on Western. Robinson went out there and marked up curbs and sidewalks and various binder failures. And it's under construction now. The binder was replaced, the binder failures were replaced. Sidewalks and transitions are being added. Sidewalk repair and transitions are being added. And hopefully the final lift will be sometime this week. If the weather holds, we'll get it done as soon as tomorrow, depending on the weather. Right-of-way ordinance, we have found that the city does not have a right-of-way ordinance that sets requirements and standards on any public utility working in our city right-of-way. There is a right-of-way lease agreement with SURF, and there's franchise agreements with ComEd and NICOR, but there is no standards on what they can do in our right-of-ways. So we met with George and Scott and Rob and said, hey, here's some of the criteria. We want you to say, no, you can't put this line this close to the water main, or you can't put it so close to the sewer main because of potential repairs, and we're in the process of making that an ordinance, which will be presented to you hopefully sometime in September. And now we have some teeth on saying, hey, you cannot do this or you can do this. And the last I have is planning commission meeting will be August 10th. Hopefully it's the right date. And we are here to discuss the park site master plan, which needs a public hearing and approval from the planning and zoning commission. Then it'll be brought forward to you as a council to consider. Any questions or thoughts? Go Cubs. They're hot. That's all I have, Mayor and Council.
All right, move on to the next report by the clerk. Sarah?
So the only thing I have is that the Lions Club has reached out. They're submitting a request for the council to approve for them to have their annual Lions Candy Day, the foundation for Candy Day fundraiser on Friday, October 9th from 3 to 6 at the downtown intersections of Route 113 and Route 53 and 129. However, though, if there is a rain date needed, they're gonna try to hold it on Friday, October 16th. So I just need a motion to approve the Braidwood Lions for their Candy Day in October.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Weeding?
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries. And that's all I have tonight, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Okay, next up is the engineer.
Yes, Mayor. I have a couple items in front of you tonight. Again, these are related to items we talked about at the last council meeting regarding the current project that we have with deconstruction and closing out the project we had last year with PT Farrow. If you recall, we had PT Farrow set to do the sidewalk work at Stacy Court. We talked to PT Farrow. They couldn't get in here with their scheduling, so what they did is they decided to, they simply said they would be at the very end of the year, or they suggested we just actually use our current contractor and just give the work to them, and they would just kind of call it a day. So in front of you, I've got a motion basically for a final balancing change order for that current contract for the fiscal 2025 road program with PT Farrow. The contract award was $318,727.65. We actually added that work with Stacy Corp, but we weren't going to change the contract amount. It was going to be within the existing contract amount. But now that we're not doing that work, we've got a final payout we're going to be releasing. We're going to deduct $23,843.10 from that contract to bring that final dollar value to $294,884.55, and that will balance it out. So I've got a motion to a final balancing change order essentially to close that down.
Okay,
So in essence, it's a saving of the $23,000.
Correct.
I'll make that motion to approve final balancing change order number 3 FY 2025 road program with PT Farrow Construction in the amount of minus $23,843.10.
Correct.
I'll second.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Commissioner Reading?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And then the next item is the actual payout to close out. We are currently holding retainage for PT Farrell. We were anticipating they're going to do some additional work. They're completely done with all of their stuff. Everything's restored. Everything is fine. So this is the final payout to PT Farrell in the amount of $5,897.69.
I'll make that motion for the final payout, for payment number 3 to PT Farrell for the amount, for the 2025 road project of $5,897.69.
I'll second.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Commissioner Reading?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And the next item, again, this is for the current contract we have with deconstruction. We talked last meeting about a change order number 1, basically to add the first year of the sidewalk repair work to this contract. These prices were favorable for bouncing around, looking at the different sites. They were amenable to the work. We had talked that we thought it was gonna be about $50,000. I actually ran the numbers based on estimated quantities. That amount is $50,398. The actual quantities will be determined once we final everything up, and we'll see where we land. But, so there's a change order number 1 to add that sidewalk work to it, the amount of $50,398.
I'll make that motion to approve the change order number 1 to add sidewalk repairs at various locations west of Division Street. Do I need to include the total there?
If you could.
Sure, of $50,000, $398.
I'll second.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Commissioner Reading?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And then the last item is a change order number 2, and this adds the work that we were gonna have PT Farrow do on Stacy Court. The price we got from deconstruction and their subcontract was much more favorable. Turned out to be $11,880 as opposed to what PT Farrow was $23,450. So it's actually kind of nice to actually add this to the contract. So we're actually, some of the savings we saw from last year, we're just gonna add that back into here. So it's change order number 2 in the amount of $11,880.
And we're hoping this solves that drainage issue. We tried the cheaper approach last time and it didn't work, and so now we're hoping this is the final solution.
Okay. I'll make that motion to approve change order number 2 to modify Stacy Court sidewalk in the amount of $11,880.
I'll second.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Commissioner Reading?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And then the only other item was just kind of an update of where we stand with the current project with deconstruction. Deconstruction has pretty much wrapped up their concrete work, so they got a lot of that stuff taken care of. They moved today and they started milling on Maple and Mary. They are looking to come back and prep and possibly do some of the actual asphalt, get the asphalt back on those 2 streets. And then they'll be bouncing back. We've still got Francis Court to do. We've also got North Countryside Court and then 2nd Street. So they're moving along pretty quickly. They want to get in and get out of here before school starts if possible. So hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll have that wrapped up. I'm anticipating we'll probably have 1 payout that will just come through when they're done with them.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, we're gonna move on to City Attorney. Do you have anything to report today?
No report tonight. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Reports by City Commissioners, Council Finance. Others in here, so I need a motion to approve payments and bills in the amount of $299,986.09.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Reading?
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve payroll in the amount of $97,951.55.
I'll make that motion to approve payroll in the amount of $97,951.55.
Second?
Commissioner Reading?
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. Next on the agenda is streets and public improvements.
Yes, Mayor. We had a storm last night, so I didn't see too much debris around town, but if anybody has branches or debris in their yard, if you can get them to the street, our crew will pick them up. That's anytime there's a storm. Our road work is going to be beginning this week on 5 different sections of roads around town, so if you see that, just be careful of the construction work that's being done. And that's about it, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Okay, public buildings and property.
On top of all their volunteer time, the city staff did 6 meter repairs, 102 locates, 1 hydrant repair, 38 shut-off tags, 4 water shut-off for non-payment. And I was out at the plant today. The excavation and the dirt work has started on our first compressor. The compressor is in process of getting finalized and getting tested, so that's we're just waiting to hear when it's gonna be complete. There was a couple things that Rob was working out with the install, but it shouldn't be too much longer. We should have our first compressor up. That's all I got, Mayor.
Good, thank you. In public health and safety, are you gonna give Commissioner Michael's report, Chief?
I can, Mayor, yes. So our traditional statistical report from the police department, the last 2 weeks, July 14th to the 27th. Total number of calls for service, 382, generated 35 case reports, and 9 total persons arrested. Of those 9 arrests, generated 16 charges. Our officers conducted 131 traffic stops in the last 2 weeks, issuing 32 citations and 77 written warnings, and 22 P tickets. We brought into compliance 2 motor vehicles, and that motor vehicle, that's broadly defined. A motor vehicle, by our definition, can be an RV, a camper, a trailer, or a traditional motor vehicle we drive, but brought 2 into compliance, done by tow. A couple more things to discuss or share with you. Our engineer Sean had petitioned the state, to petition IDOT maybe a month and a half ago, about maybe longer than that. Coal City Road and Division, we've sort of lost the fight in the city to bring in a traffic control device. So he asked IDOT to consider reducing the speed limit, and I got a letter in the mail just yesterday from IDOT that they're reducing the speed limit from 45 to 40 right there on Coal City Road Division. It'll slow the cars down a little bit. I would have liked 35, but we're not in control of that. And the signs were already up. I think the signs might have been up before the letter even got to me. So thanks, Sean, for your work on that. We appreciate it. And last thing, I wanted to just share with everyone a little bit about Illinois Senate Bill 3336. So Braidwood has had some problems with e-bikes, e-scooters. I think you've probably seen them out there, juveniles riding them, cutting across the road recklessly, maybe cutting in front of your car, driving sidewalks. We had some internal discussions about creating an ordinance like a lot of communities have done to further regulate e-bikes, e-scooters. The current state law is poorly written. It sort of handcuffs our officers' hands. It makes it very difficult to enforce the use of these e-bikes, e-scooters, certain motorized, motor-driven toys these kids have. At any rate, our discussions have paused because we learned that the state has passed Senate Bill 3336. It's going to go into effect January 1st, 2027. That bill is going to define and regulate more, or better define and regulate, these electric micro-mobility devices, define and further regulate e-bikes, further defines motor-driven cycles. Like I've been around this job for a while. It seems like any piece of legislation that come across our desk, they're always complex. It's going to take some education for our officers to understand the classification of these e-bikes, how to measure or identify their wattage, how to identify the speeds that they can reach, to then recognize that, you know, they're illegal on the streets, or the driver must be 18 or the driver must be 16. It's going to take a flow chart, but we'll figure it out. We'll be ready for January 1st. I'm glad the state did this. It's been a problem. It's been a problem all over the suburbs and clearly across the state. That's why the state passed this legislation. So I want to let everybody know that this is coming, and we'll be ready January 1st to try to make the roads a little safer for all of us, including the 14-year-old kids that are zipping across the street. You've all seen them.
I know Morris and several other communities put some of that stuff in effect already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eric, how are the e-bikes and scooters and that, I mean, are they faster than there's been two-wheel bicycles for decades, you know, for a long time out there. How
They're way faster and they go from 0 to fast at the flip of a thumb.
They can just jump out.
I have an e-bike and it does 28 miles an hour
Okay.
with no pedal.
And these little
So-
scooters, 12-year-old kids are riding, they go really fast, they jump up and down curbs, they come flying around this corner, and cars can't react fast enough, and neither can they on these scooters. Brakes aren't as good as a throttle is. Hopefully parents are reading about this, perhaps stop purchasing these things right now. I wouldn't recommend buying it for a Christmas present, because
Just thinking.
you're not gonna be able to ride them in town.
They're probably $600, aren't they?
I'm sure, yeah.
Are there age limits for these?
That's
So,
the problem.
that's the problem. There are age limits, depending on the size of the motor or the
wattage.
battery,
Yeah.
and the speed it can reach, you might have to be 16 or 17 or 18. So many different variables are in play here. I'm serious about a flow chart. I mean, we'll have to have a flow chart or go to a shortcut guide to quickly recognize this type of device or motor-driven cycle is only allowed to be driven by 18-year-olds, licensed 18-year-olds or licensed 16-year-olds. It's not gonna be easy, but we'll educate our officers. When you're not educated, you kind of see them and you think, I'm not quite sure if that person can drive that, so you don't do anything about it. So my job is to make sure we're educated, so our officers are confident in stopping the 15-year-olds saying you can't be that, you can't do that. Like anything, we'll try to get compliance at the beginning, and eventually it'll turn into citations, and eventually it might be the scooter becomes a property of the police department until told otherwise by a judge. If it becomes a problem, they won't stop writing those.
And the public is educated, they don't understand that they gotta obey the traffic laws. They
For
can't
sure.
just go through a stop sign and
Yeah,
that's the problem.
yeah.
It's as much for the safety of the people riding it.
Oh, yeah,
electric
yeah.
vehicles as it is for the drivers of the vehicles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are the,
Those are kids, they don't think.
are
No.
the statistics high for accidents with these? throughout the
Very
state?
high.
Oh, yeah.
And serious injuries.
Yeah, I
Serious
just read
injuries.
someone was a fatality in the last
Yeah.
week.
We had one here in Braidwood probably 3 months ago, and he had a serious head injury. He survived, but as a juvenile, he had a serious head injury.
Yeah.
And we had one right before I left Shorewood. This poor kid flew about 60 feet in the air.
Will there be requirements for helmets or anything like that, do you know? Is that part of this new?
I did not see requirements for helmets, but they're only regulating a certain size. Once it's larger than that, then it becomes like a motorcycle regulation, and then you are required to have glasses, but in Illinois,
Yeah, we don't have a helmet law.
The helmet law, yeah, so it'll probably follow suit with the helmet laws
That's
and the
not bad.
motorcycles.
and there is verbiage in this legislation, amended legislation, that prohibits municipalities, even home rule, from further regulating. So we're not gonna be allowed to lock this down more.
Yeah,
We gotta sort of go with what the state's giving us.
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
Thank you for the update on that. Okay, next up, planning and zoning. Is anybody here from planning and zoning? Anybody?
Next planning and zoning meeting is scheduled for Monday, August 10th, 2026, at 7.
Monday, August 10th, 7 o'clock. All right.
Thank you, Wayne.
Next up is old business. Does anybody have any old business?
It's only a couple days old, but I did notice we have solar signs at the end of Easy Street. Trucks only this way, they got flashing lights on them. That's the first one I knew of, but I think it's a great idea to direct these semis and the bigger vehicles out of town. So that was pretty cool to see.
We're trying. The signs are there,
Yeah.
but we
Well,
wrote
the
3
one up by
citations today.
Easy
We wrote
Street
3
is-
different semi-citations today,
Yeah.
and I was one of them, and Sergeant Terry took 2 of them, because they just go right by them. I don't know what else to do.
You can't miss them, they're flashing.
Yeah.
Are those the ones we ordered? And
Yeah,
just-
how many we ordered, 12, 11?
10.
10?
10. They went 10. They went right by them. Most are compliant, some aren't.
All right, thank you. Any new business?
Yes, Mayor. A little upset since you're outnumbered 2 to 1, that we didn't have more substantial motions to change ordinances in the city, but we'll have to wait till.
I thought you meant two
I'm a
Cubs
little
fans, one Sox
disappointed
fan.
No.
Am I outnumbered, two Cubs fans?
I'm a
and
little
Sox fans?
disappointed too.
That's all I had, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, strike that from the record, please. Okay, executive session, we don't have any executive session? Okay. Okay, the next committee of the whole meeting will be scheduled for Tuesday, August 11th at 6:30. And then the next regular scheduled council meeting is scheduled for August 11th at 7 PM. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Commissioner Walsh,
Yes.
Commissioner Weeding,
Yes.
Mayor Lyons,
Yes.
we have adjourned.
Yes, Sarah.
Yes.